Well, recent years of sectarian violence following a 2013 coup have left the Central African Republic's agricultural sector devastated. Agriculture once made up 54% of the GDP, but since the onset of the crisis, food production has plummeted and food prices in the market have skyrocketed, compromising the sustainability of agriculture and foreshadowing a deeper food crisis. Emilie has more from Bangui.
Here we try to grow green beans, but the seeds were of poor quality and it didn't grow, so we grow cassava instead.
For this collective of farmers located 30 kilometers from the capital Bangui, time has come to grow what is commonly called crisis food, such as cassava. It takes a long time to grow and is labor-intensive, but it's hard to steal and it's the last resort for these farmers in a bid to survive. When the civil war broke out in the Central African Republic a couple of years ago, many farms were looted, so some farmers have begun working the land together, but they lack everything from machines to quality seeds, explained coordinator Félicité Inyabode.
If we don't get seeds in time and we can't plant, there will be a real food crisis, not only for the farmer, but also for the people who depend on their production. Besides, farmers have families. If they can't feed them anymore, there is a temptation for them to give up, take up a weapon, and do bad things.
The local NGO Calabas has hired technicians to help the farmers produce more efficiently.
Sometimes, their technique is a bit amateurish. They would grow several products on the same little plot. So we teach them to separate them and also to vary the kind of products they grow, like marrow, yam, banana. There is a market for these.
This market in Bangui is almost deserted. The collapse of local agricultural production and the surge of imported food provoked a sharp increase in prices. And agriculture is not the only sector affected by it. The price of meat has also increased, says Blandine, a customer.
Prices have increased a lot. For the same amount of money, I get less quantity.
Trader Emmanuel Bongo justifies the rising prices because of the challenges he now has to face to get meat to the stalls. Traditionally, Muslims dominated meat productions and livestock transportation. With the war, many of them fled, leaving the traders to travel further and further to get livestock.
Now we have to get the livestock far away from Bangui, so we often encounter anti-bolakas on the road, and they tax us. Armed Pule also often rob us. And once we finally get back here, we don't have fridges to store the meat, and it goes bad very quickly.
For the UN Food and Agriculture Organization, social cohesion is the key to rebuilding the food industry on which different population groups depend. So, besides providing seeds and training to farmers, agronomist Pierre Vautier says FAO also tries to bring the Pearl population back into society.
The livestock keeper, Central African livestock keeper, which are Pearl in majority, was hidden in the bush. What we're trying to do is to help them to receive services, in particular for the cattle.
Prior to war, 70% of Central Africans lived off of agriculture and livestock. Emilie for VOA News in Bangui.